So Euro NZD 4-hour timestamp, everything looks good. We can see how we're having the now push to second momentum push. 1-hour time frame has recently formed that bearish engulfing, pushing back underneath the zone. But the only downside is that the 5-minute time frame, once we performed this break of structure, you can see the first break of structure was around here, but we were above that zone, which, like you all know, when we're above that zone, we don't enter. This is a mock trade of that happening. So we had the break of structure. That break of structure, again, this is not a good entry because we are above our zone, so we simply walk away. This is a mock trade. So right now we would be sitting in drawdown due to price being above the zone. I do see price falling, but not with this original entry. I want my entry to come down here where price will be giving me the 5-minute break of structure. We're back underneath the zone. We're at my area of interest, getting presented with a break of structure, and then possibly going to have that continuation move down towards the downside. So let's see what happens. I do still see this trade happening. We simply got to take our time and go from there. So updates, like always, will be posted. And just like that, we have entered our position. It hasn't been that long since we broke down the chart, like you've just seen us break down the chart. We broke down the chart, price did exactly what I expected price to do. So zooming in, hold on, I'm about to set y'all up. All right, so exactly what I talked about, right? We had the original break of structure happen around here, going back towards the 5-minute time frame. You can see how the first break of structure happened right here, and we didn't find that entry because as soon as this break of structure happened, where's my tool? Yes, it presented us with this beautiful 50. We had that, but it happened above our zone, that area of support slash resistance, which it didn't make sense for us to enter a trade when we're above our zone. We can easily show signs of rejection and then have that dump, not towards the downside, but back towards the upside. And so we wait. Now we can see price have this push. We see price have this retracement, and I now see price form another bearish variation pattern. I decided to enter because of the 5-minute break of structure. Yes, it was a tad bit early, but you can obviously see the bearish pressure, bearish momentum that we are having towards the downside. Hence is why I entered this position. As soon as I saw this candle have this beautiful break, a clean break, again, indicating that we have a break of structure, a clean break of structure. It's no confusion. It's a break of structure. This is why I entered that trade. So now we got our position. Now we simply wait. We have our targets being these 1-hour lows, looking at a 1 to 2.26 in return. And we have our stop loss above that zone. Again, if price hits our stop loss, we are completely wrong about this trade. And we go on to the next one. But right now, I like how we look. I like our entry. I like our stop loss. And I like our take profit. So now we just simply wait and we see what happens come tomorrow morning. So updates, like always, will be recorded. All right, so we just got up not too long ago. Price hit our stop loss like around 6:45 in the morning. This was a good trade. It was a really good trade. Simply, I can't do anything about it. I'm about to do a further breakdown for you all. So yeah, stay with me. We're about to go through this and I'm gonna give y'all updates on what there is to come. We lost this trade. I lost the trade on my account. Took us to $30, but I ended up depositing more money. Not, $100, but back to $80 mark, the $80 mark. So look, you can obviously see the alert that came up, 98% margin level. We're back at $80, but we did close this trade. We did close the trade like around $38. So we're back at $80. Like I said, I'm gonna stay at $80 this entire way until we take the first winning trade. I want to take this $80 or something. I want to show y'all that we can take this $80. Not even show y'all. I'm just going to show y'all that you can trade if you have a strategy. I'm about to do a breakdown, and then we're about to talk about it, and then we're going to get into possible trade for later today. So hold on. My job is to be more authentic with you all. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. Why am I pissed off? Because like you all know, after you lose, there's no right back in. I'm not a scalper. I'm not trying to get in. I can take like 20 trades a day. It's not gonna, no. I'm not a scalper. I am a swing slash day trader. And with my strategy, It's like 1 to 2 trades per week. So this is my first trade this week. Obviously, I don't know when the second one will be. The only reason I'm upset is because what I've been doing that got me here. But I told you all, it's not going to reshape my mind of thinking. It's just me reflecting, being angry in what I did do, but allowing what happened before to really reshape me, build, and I'm treating it as a lesson. Right now, I am pissed, but it's okay because it's from the mistakes that I was doing, and I just gotta live and I gotta learn. Like I told y'all, it's been a hot losing streak. This was an amazing trade, what you were about to break down. Amazing trade. I've done nothing wrong, followed the plan, blah, blah, blah. But the trades before that put me in this position is what throws you around. When you start going outside of your plan and start doing stuff that you're not supposed to do, it gets in your head. You start to believe that you don't know how to trade, you don't know what to do, you don't know all these things where in reality, you know how to do. You're just distracted by the negative that's been going on. And that's where I'm at right now is I'm distracted by all the negative that's been going on, but the negative has been my fault. So I can't blame anyone. It's just now about taking that accountability, learning, reshaping, rethinking, and going from there. And that's what we're going to do. I am upset. I wasn't going to tell y'all. I'm telling y'all, but I'm not upset about the trade. I'm upset about me and my lack of discipline. So it is what it is. The discipline changes, taking accountability, we're pointing it out, and we're just going from there. Yeah, stay tuned. I'm about to do the update, and we're about to get into the next trade. So, like I talked about last night, we had the 1 hour, which presented us with this beautiful bearish variation pattern. We just didn't carry out this full move towards the downside. My thing was, I feel like the reason, because everything was good, right? Starting out the daily time frame. We had the break underneath our zone. Yes, we had this bullish move, but price on the lower time frames was in a beautiful bearish trend, which I'm fine with. So the daily time frame, we were at this daily zone, which is what I want to see. Next, we had the 4-hour time frame that was in this bearish trend. Well, since we know the daily's bullish, the 4 hours bearish, I want 2 time frames in sync, which means the 1 hour has to be in this bearish trend as well. So now we have 4 hour and the 1 hour in sync towards the downside. And we have the recent 1 hour break of structure with the retracement towards that zone, which is good, already establishing the break and retest. 1 hour time frame, after the 4 hour established the break and retest, you can see how this allowed the 1 hour to get back into the recent zone. Well, the recent break of structure, aka our entry zone. You can see support / resistance all throughout here. And so once price got back towards the zone, you can see how we were treating it as support. I wanted to see price get back below, which we did around here, which is good. I'm simply waiting for the 5-minute break structure. And right now, what I could see is that we saw the first break of structure, which we talked about being above our zone. We don't want to enter. The second break of structure happened around here, getting now below our zone. This is where we found our entry. My thing is, because this is an amazing trade, I would take this trade 1,000% of the time. The only thing I could see that allowed this trade to slow down was that price had this amazing push, but we were still above this area of interest on the daily time frame. You can see zooming out, yes, we are at this minor area of support / resistance, but overall, we can see that if I go towards the higher time frame, we are still above our major zone, where when we are above support, resistance, support, support. And what happened? Price had this push, found that support, and then had that push towards the upside. Now leaving us with a left head, right shoulder, giving us the breakout of this neckline, now having some type of move towards the upside, which is fine. I would take this trade 1,000% of the time. Like every time it's presented, I'm taking the trade. So right now, we just react and adapt. On the daily time frame, you can see how we are now still bullish. We're still bullish. We have cleaner structure, maintaining above the zone, which is good. Dropping towards the 4 hour now, we can see how the 4 hour recently just performed this break of structure, going from bearish to now in a bullish market. Now matching up with the daily time frame, I'm good to take a possible trade towards the upside. We have the daily bullish, we have the 4 hour bullish, and now we have the 1 hour bullish as well. And we have the 4 hour and the 1 hour in perfect sync towards the upside. So what I will be waiting on come later tonight is some type of 4 hour pullback, allowing me to see a retracement on the 4 hour time frame, but ultimately allowing the 1 hour time frame to have a pullback towards this zone. Overall, am I interested just yet? No, because we still have a while to see how price wants to develop. I would love to see a steeper push towards the upside, but if not, we simply just got to wait for a better opportunity. What I'm about to do, I'm about to continue to drink my coffee, go over these charts, see what I can find, just really just doing some chart work, getting my mind back at ease, and go to the gym. So updates like always will be posted. What's good, y'all? So I'm about to show y'all what happened with Euro NZD. Basically what we talked about yesterday, the react and adapt, it happened. You can obviously see how price recently using this zone as resistance, but not breaking fully below. We got back above the zone, came back down, treated it as support, and then had the continuation, which we talked about. Right now I'm going to the gym, same daily regimen, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. No trades yet, but we have called out just one setup. We were wrong, called out another setup, same pair, and then we were absolutely right. That's just how trading goes. I was wrong about one setup, right about the other, but both of the call outs did exactly what I thought they would do. And yeah, now we wait for our setup come later this week. Who knows? This is the game of waiting. It's like patience, bro. That's why I say patience, 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 patience. Stick with your plan, stick with your strategy. Because I have times like this where it comes down to just me having to wait and having patience. And if you know me, I really lack patience. I don't know how to have patience. I like to just get stuff going. I like to work on stuff. I like to get stuff done. I like to go about my day. And you gotta have patience with trading, because I'm not a scalper, so I don't find opportunities every single day, every second of the day. I wait for those home run setups and we enter and we go from there. So right now we gotta wait, see what happens throughout the week, and continue to continue to trade. I'm about to show y'all our drawings, me and my wife's. So she loves SpongeBob, Plankton, Squidward, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, and SpongeBob is all her paintings. And Gary, I forgot Gary. She did an amazing job. And then I have the Simpsons I drew. I forgot his name, from Family Guy. I have my little people know. If you know, you know. That's all I gotta say. We got Baby Simpson. I forgot his name. Mickey Mouse. And I did the Powerpuff Girls. And one compliment I can say I get 24/7. People always say, do I trace? I don't trace my drawings. I simply just look at what I'm drawing and I just draw it. I give praise to Christ. He's the one who allowed me to do so. Only thing I do when I'm drawing is I look at the picture. Like, say if the picture's on the TV, I set the picture up on the TV and have my paper in front of me and I'm just like this. Like, I never look at my paper. How do I do it? Couldn't tell you. I just do it. It was just naturally. It's how I first drew a picture in my life, was just me staring at it and moving my hand. So yeah, but no, I'm about to go head to the gym. Like I said, nothing's going on right now. Called out the trading idea, and it's playing out to perfection. I feel like this is dangling. I probably look so crazy this entire time, but it is what it is. So yeah, about to go to the gym. Like I said, I'm gonna update y'all when I get back. Stay tuned for that. All right, y'all, so we don't have anything left to do. We did the breakdown. This wasn't a breakdown for the Forex market. This was the breakdown for, don't worry about that big old light. I just realized that. This is for crypto, so crypto investment, stuff like that, cryptos that I am interested in investing. I do breakdowns of that. So we just got done doing that. No trades for today. Again, we're going to simply sit, allow price to develop a little bit more. Nothing's happening. I don't see anything for this week. If it happens, that'd be a surprise, but I don't see anything for this week. I'm about to continue to edit, get this video out for you all this Friday that's coming up. Yeah, get this video out for y'all and go from there. Back to editing I go. Yo, I almost got chased by a dog. I had to stop my run. I had a good pace going. I had to call my mom. She came and picked me up. So I'm over here on this little straightaway. Oops, I'm on this little straightaway. It goes that way, right? I'm making good pace. I'm about to make my time.
As I'm running, I look up, I see a big old white husky, white and black. That means it's old too. So I was like, do I want to keep running that way? No. So I stopped. I start walking. The dog stops and starts staring at me like that. I said, yeah, I'm not about to play with it. I start walking backwards. The dogs start following me. And so I'm on this man's property. It's an older couple. I'm on their grass. They got a nice red, I'll say a F-250. It's sitting up there too. It looked good. I was about to hop on that bad boy. I don't care if it got messed up. I apologize. But I was about to have to use that car. That dog started walking towards me. I said, oh my gosh. And so I ended up waiting. I wait for my mom to pick me up. She see the dog. And now I'm looking at my watch. I was almost, let me see. I was at 3 miles. Like, I have 1 more mile to go. 3 miles. I have 1 more mile to go. I'm making. Tell me why I didn't know my camera wasn't recording. My fat finger hit the pause button on the record. So basically, I'm gonna just sum up what I was saying. I ended up saying how I changed my routine when it came down to like editing, recording, and posting. So what I used to do was like I would record all of my videos throughout the week. I would post them on my drive, which would take hours. Hold on, I'm about to get the stand. I caught myself really just getting overwhelmed with editing and tired with the whole process of waiting for it to uploading all these videos at once, trying to put them in order, and then starting to edit all the videos in one day. It was just a stupid process, which I made. Well, it's an easy process when you really think about it. It's just an excuse I had in my head. But the reason why I made that process 10 times harder was I was waiting until the last minute. So I just asked myself, I was like, all right, well, if I want to free up my time a little bit more on editing, recording, and being able to brainstorm. And being able to brainstorm means you have to have a time during your day where it's open, right? You're not constantly just doing something. And I was just constantly doing something because I was always focused on if it's uploading. Well, if it's not uploading, well, I got to delete some stuff. Do I have enough storage? If I don't have, it was a headache. So I didn't want to do that. I started to just upload as soon as I finish recording, which is what I'm doing now. I will upload this video, the clip that I'm recording. As soon as I'm done, I will upload it already to the file. Now I have more storage on my phone because I can now delete this video because I have it on my PC and I have it on file. And I would get that video. Before, I was struggling when putting videos in order. So as soon as I download the video, I put it in my editing software and I put that video in order. And then after it's in order, I just chop and screw, break it down, do what I need to do when it comes to editing, have some fun with it, because that's all editing is really having fun. Right now, I don't have anyone, doing this. Eventually down the line, I'm gonna pay somebody. I'm gonna have a whole team. I want a full team. I told my wife this. I told my mom, my dad. I was like, hey, one day y'all are going to see something just going to be so out of the ordinary, but it's going to happen. I see the vision. Of course, other people are not going to see your vision, but it's a vision where I know it takes a lot of work to obtain that goal. And it all starts right now because I'm thinking about the future in a sense, but I'm bringing the future towards my present. I get this from Myron Golden. You grab your future idea or the future outcome that you want, and now you bring it to your present, thinking about the things that future person is doing to be able to obtain that thing. Now, knowing what it is they're doing to obtain that thing, now you just do it in your present, taking one piece at a time. If that's cutting out all things that are not helping you get closer to your goal, cut it out and start doing the things that help you get closer to your goal. Start going away from things that are distracting you. Just a lot of things that you will have to figure out on your own, which I've done with myself. And really just put your priorities, 1, on Christ, because he's going to lead you, and then 2, put it back towards your work and allow your work to speak more than anything else. And so I started doing that, and it's been pretty fun. Like, I've been having so much more free time to really brainstorm, to watch some more podcasts, read some more audiobooks. I need to get more hard copies. I got like not a lot of books in my inventory, probably 6 to 7. I just started this year actually starting to get books, so yeah, that's slowly going. But I wasn't talking about much up there at that track. I hit 3 miles. I typically try to do like a 4-mile run, fast pace, not fast pace, but a good pace. And then I hit a 2-mile run, fast pace, just really working on my endurance. It's been helping me. I started my 4 miles at like a 1240 pace, 1140 pace, horrible. And now I'm at a 10 flat, which is semi good. I want to get down to 9s, eventually 8s, and then, you know, so on and so forth. But slowly but surely, and now I'm staying in the gym. So I lift quite a lot of weight. If y'all want to see that, let me know. I'll probably make a video, or I'll bring a video showing y'all the weight room. I've done it before, but I'll be more like cinematic, which I'm trying to do now. Like I said, different way of filming. So that'll be pretty cool. I think I might do that if y'all want that. But yeah, this channel or these videos are really just evolved around trading. What am I doing to distract my mind when the charts doesn't have anything, and what's going on in the meantime, really throughout the week of a trading week for myself. And it just comes down to recording, editing, waiting for a setup, recording, editing, waiting for a setup. Do nothing much, nothing less. I'm about to edit right now, finish editing. Yeah, just wanted to fill y'all in. We're about to get back to the video. I don't have anything left of the track video, so I guess I'm just gonna pick y'all up wherever we go from here, because like I said, I'm about to edit right now, and yeah, whatever happens now, I don't know. I'm about to go back to work. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all. Oh, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm about to make a cup of coffee, and then we're gonna go back to editing. We just need a little energy booster, so I'm about to go do that real fast. We are back at the track. So I have my beautiful wife, Nisha. She's out here working out. I already did my run for today. I did it this morning. I didn't know it was gonna have a nice little overcast later the evening. And if I did, I probably would have done it, but it was a good run in the morning. So I'm up here waiting for her to get done with her run. Just enjoying the, I guess, weather outside, and just really sitting and thinking, man. Little does she know, life will change for her where she doesn't have to do a thing, lift a finger, and not worry about anything. And I'm just so grateful that God has given me an opportunity to go achieve something that no one in our family, nobody we know has ever tried to go achieve. And I know it's going to happen because I have Christ on my side. I know that the thing that I'm going to do is already done. I'm working backwards in a sense, where I'm working at a place where I'm figuring out the things that I needed to learn in order to take me to that place, or take me to be in that position. And it's the best thing because, like I told y'all, I'm working every single day, not really worried about anybody else or anything else, just living for Christ and doing my part. So we're out here doing that. Look at, oh, I haven't showed you my car. Look how good my baby look. She looks smexy over there. I've been having her for 8 years, 9 years. It's a 2010 Camaro, my baby. But yeah, about to finish doing this. Let her, like I said, finish her run. And I guess I'll pick y'all back up. Next time I pick y'all back up, I'm going to talk about the charts. Right now, there's really nothing going on. I'm going to head back to the house, probably edit, probably not. Spend some time with Niche and just chill for the rest of the day. So who knows? We'll see. But next time I pick y'all up, we will be talking about some type of trade that we were looking to take. For GBP AUD. So the reason I brought this trade up as being ready was solely due to the recent trade we've taken, and I'm going to show y'all. So on the daily time frame, you can see clear as day price go from this bullish to now bearish trend due to the break of these lows. Price has recently formed this break and retest, which is beautiful, now showing this huge sign of rejection. Not only did we have that, we obviously can see price have a zone where if we drag this out, it has been treating it as support, resistance, right? It is a major sign of support slash resistance. And recently price has broken underneath this zone while leaving a huge rejection towards this area of interest. This is good. If I go back towards a previous trading pair, you can obviously see this is the daily time frame. I just took a screenshot. You can see we have a break, we have a break, we have the retest, we have the retest, and now we're having this doji candle. What are we having? That same doji candle. What happened after price formed this doji candle on a previous trade? Well, after price formed that doji candle, we had a beautiful bearish engulfing get left behind. Price had this beautiful 3-bar reversal showing us the sign of price having the retracement, but it's setting up a reversal pattern to then continue this leg back down towards the downside. It's the same thing, right? Price had this break, we had this retracement, price formed this doji, looking like it's setting up a 3-bar reversal. We are simply now waiting for the next bearish engulfing to carry out this move. And then if I go towards the 4-hour time frame, like we just talked about, we had the break going towards the 4-hour. You can see that same break get established. Let me refresh. You can see that same break get established here. And on this 4-hour time frame, you can also see how we are still treating this area of support, well, of resistance slash support as support heavily, right? You can see how price gets here, reject, 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 and then bounces back towards the upside. Right now, price is looking like we're breaking back below, which is good. When price is below, we typically treat this area as resistance. So as long as price can stay below, I would love to see this area get treated as resistance. You can see clear as day, price has not gone to give us any type of breaker structure towards the upside or towards the downside. We have rejection towards our lows, rejection towards our highs, and now we're getting back underneath our zone of support slash resistance. Again, a previous trade we've took, this same thing occurred on the 4-hour time frame. Let's actually move this right here. Looking at it, this is the 4-hour time frame. You can see price perform the break, price perform the break, price perform the retest, price perform the retest. Look how choppy it is. Look how choppy it is. But the one thing I want you to keep in mind is how clean the daily structure was. And then going back towards the daily, you can see how clean this daily structure is. Clear as day is indicating that price has performed a break of its recent lows. Price has performed a retest of these recent lows, and price has formed that rejection. It is the same thing that happened previously. We performed the break, the retest, and now this rejection. And again, this was an area of support slash resistance. So going back towards the 4-hour time frame and knowing all these things, we can see how the similarities in these two trade setups are there. What we simply have to wait on come later tonight is on GBP AUD on the 15-minute time frame. This is another reason why I'm interested in this trade, is because the 15-minute has already performed the bullish, now bearish flip. You can obviously see that, right? We went from this bullish trend to now bearish, and now we're simply waiting at our entry zone to perform the next breaker structure towards the downside. Let's see what happens. Like always, updates is going to be sent out. Y'all stay tuned, and let's see if we can catch a banger. All right, so obviously y'all saw. Let's see if we can get an opportunity on GBP AUD, and we can go from there. Right now, y'all know the daily regimen. I'm just about to keep editing, and I'm gonna bring y'all back when we enter position. So last night, nothing really happened. GBP AUD, I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to actually get ready for Nisha because I gotta go walk her to the car. She's going to work. GBP AUD, you can obviously see we got the 30-minute bearish engulfing happening at our zone, and we have that breaker structure, which we talked about. Unfortunately, this happened at 2 o'clock in the morning. You can see that right there. And I was not up, I was asleep. So I'm looking for price, since we just performed another breaker structure on a higher time frame, form some type of retracement, triggering this alarm, allowing me to get my original entry, which I would have had at 2 in the morning. But we gotta wait and see. That trade is playing out though. Well, yeah, it's playing out because that's the position I would have had. Trade's playing out perfectly. Now we're just more about just waiting. USD CHF, these two trades which we talked about yesterday, the same opportunities. We have the daily with the break and retest. You can see when the daily formed this retracement, it allowed the 4-hour to do the exact same thing. We're at this area of support slash resistance. If I zoom out, look towards the left, you can see the same area of support slash resistance. I'm simply just waiting. I don't know if it's going to happen today. If it does, great. If it does not, great. We're just waiting until next week. I'm simply waiting on this breakout. Once price give me a breakout of this structure, I will find my entry like so. Stops just above, and then targets, like you all know, will be my lows. And then same thing, just vice versa for Euro USD. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, well, the daily time frame, you can see price formed the break in the retest, which allowed the 4-hour to do the exact same thing. And we are simply waiting for the breaker structure on the lower time frames to find our entry. That's what we're looking at right now. Like I told y'all, I don't really see anything else happening since we are not in our GBP AUD entry, but it is playing out how we broke it down. It left us with the entry, gave us the rejection, we're staying underneath the zone. Everything that I said is now happening with GA. We just didn't find an entry. It's simply fine. So let's see what happens here in the next few minutes, hours, and days, and I'll update y'all. Y'all stay tuned. So we ended up taking the trade. You can see price did exactly what I talked about. We're having a retest of the recent break of structure. So now we're just gonna wait. I do see myself swinging this trade over the weekend. It's Friday. Of course, the market closes at 4. If you don't know, the market closes at 4 Central Standard Time. So Fridays it closes at 4, Sundays it opens at 4. And yeah, we just got our position. So now we simply wait to see what happens. And like always, I'm gonna bring y'all along with what goes down with the trade. So I'm in this position. I'm going to hold and head to the gym now. I will update y'all later on, probably I guess when I close out this video, because there's nothing going on. We gotta wait. My trades typically take like a day and a half, 2 days. I had a trade where it took an entire week, which is crazy. The Discord, all that. If you want to see that, just go join the Discord and scroll, you'll see. But yeah, so now we're waiting. We're about to see what happens with price and go from there. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all here later. So the trade's moving. We are $29 in profit. Price is still pushing. We had a nice rejection. I'm about to go back towards the 1 hour. It's doing exactly what we talked about earlier, how I broke it down. So when price had this push, we had the breaker structure around here. You can see how price had the retracement back towards this area where we found our entry, and now we're having that push back down towards the downside. So as long as price can continue heading towards this downside structure, if we perform some type of breaker structure of these lows on the 1 hour, well, truth be told, we've already showed so many signs of continuations from the higher time frame, so I'm not really worried. And then on top of this, we have this beautiful 3-bar reversal setting up again, that bullish doji and a bearish candlestick. So you can see how we formed this little minor retracement, which left us with this huge wick rejection. And due to this wick rejection on this retracement, you can see how now we're forming this reversal pattern to continue this trend towards the downside. We had the retracement, reversal pattern at the peak of this retracement. Now we can possibly see that continuation. So I'm about to eat my burger, watch some more videos, podcasts. I've been watching a lot of what's his name? Alec. Here you go. Alec Horomozy. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I've been watching him. Myron Golden, like always, like you guys know. If you don't know, check out Myron Golden, amazing guy. Alex Hormozy, again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. He's pretty good. I like his train of thoughts. He shares a lot of similarities with Myron Golden, but Myron teaches you more how to apply biblical principles, really just using King Solomon's business plan. I have it over here. Using King Solomon's business plan, the plan that he followed in the Bible, in Scripture, which like you all know, brought him so much back in return just by following God's plan. So he teaches you how to do so in the business terms, how to apply Solomon's business plan into your own business plan. And then Alec Hormozy, he just really shares that common knowledge without knowing he's sharing it, not speaking from a religion perspective or a relationship perspective with Christ, but more of the business perspective, right? Asking yourself the right questions, knowing that the thing that's achievable knowing the thing that you want is achievable by applying the future habits, or really thinking about, like I said earlier in the video, going to your future self, knowing or asking the right questions on how you got here, what was the things that you had to do, the things you had to either cut out or apply to your life, and start doing those things now to shape you, break you down, and build what needs to be built in order for you to obtain that thing. So that's what I'm about to go do right now. Eat my food, edit this video so I can get this out today, and yeah, see what happens. We might swing this trade over the weekend, so I'm gonna update y'all later.